Do you know you could have kidney disease and not even know it? 9 out of 10 people who have stage 3 chronic kidney disease do not know it. The rate of kidney failure for African Americans is 3 times higher than among Caucasians. And one reason for this is that they are not aware when they have earlier stages of kidney disease, at a time treatment could prevent the damage from progressing to the point when dialysis or kidney transplantation is necessary. In addition, due to high rates of diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease, Blacks and African Americans have an increased risk of developing kidney failure. African Americans need to be aware of these risk factors and visit their doctor or clinic regularly to check their blood sugar, blood pressure, urine protein, and kidney function. Be aware. Get tested. The life you save may be your own. For more information, contact urbankidneyalliance.org.
What's going on? How y'all doing out there? Welcome to a special broadcast of Urban Health Outreach Media. I am your host, Steve Belcher. Listen, tonight's topic, advanced care planning and appointing a healthcare agent. You need to share this broadcast because if you just started on dialysis or you've been on dialysis for a while, it ain't all about just going, sitting in the chair, getting your treatment. There's other factors that play into this, like advanced care planning. Picture this. You go to dialysis, Lord forbid, and you have a medical emergency. Now, we know, as I went over the consent form, that medical emergencies can happen, okay? Now, what if that happened that renders you unconscious and they got to call 911 and you go to the hospital and you end up in an ICU intubated? Who is going to make those decisions for you? Who are going to pay your bills while you're in the hospital? Who's going to pay your rent? Listen, I know plenty of warriors that this happened to, and now they don't have no place to go. They have to stay inside the rehab place until they find another place that falls within their income means because they're on disability. So tonight's show, advanced care planning and appointing a healthcare agent, is the topic tonight. Please share this video, share this broadcast. It's not like you're going to go into the dialysis center, they're going to sit you down and go from A to Z to help you plan this out so if something happened to you. They're just there to put you on dialysis and take you off, and if something happens, intervene. So tonight, that's what I'm going to discuss. Share this broadcast. We need to get this information out there. We really do. It's a topic that needs to be discussed. It may be sensitive. No one may not want to talk about it. But if you're doing some type of kidney dialysis, or even if you have a chronic disease such as diabetes or hypertension, asthma, lupus, anything that could possibly mean a adverse outcome, we don't want that to happen, but it can, or it could. You want to make sure you're prepared. Okay, so let's get right into it. Now, you may say, Steve, what is advanced care planning? Now, let me tell you what it is. Some of you may know what it is. Some of you may not. You may not have heard it before. But let me tell you what it is. Advanced care planning is a process which allows you to make plans about your future health care if there's a medical emergency. Now, look, we live in a post-COVID-19 world, and if you have a chronic disease, this is something that you may want to think about. How many people you know, or even your loved ones, 1 minute they're healthy and the next minute they got COVID and they intubated. And now with the COVID, who's going to be in the hospital to make those decisions? Because your loved ones, if they intubated and they sedated, they can't make any type of treatment decisions, sedated, so they're going to call you on the phone. So if you have these in place, right, you can give that to your loved one when they go to the hospital. You can have the advance directive or the necessary forms in place, so you don't be the one like they calling and you don't know what's going on. So again, advanced care planning is a process which allows you to make plans about your future health care if there is a medical emergency. It involves thinking about your values and beliefs, how they will guide your treatment choices. Some people don't have the same treatment choices. You may not want to be on a ventilator. You may not want the extra miles to be alive, the CPR and the chest compressions. Learning. So let me go back. The advanced care planning, I said it's a process, and it involves thinking about your values and beliefs and how they will guide your treatment choices. It involves learning about different medical procedures and what they can and cannot do. It involves talking about your preferences with family, friends, and your healthcare team. It involves deciding the level of care you would or would not want in critical situations. It involves recording your wishes so they can be followed if you are unable to speak for yourself. That happens to a lot of warriors. It also involves sharing your advanced care decisions with your healthcare agent, family, and medical team. There are several types of directives. You may have heard of them. You may not, but let me go through them. The form names and requirements vary from state to state. Appointment of healthcare agent. And that's what I'm going to be talking about next. Okay. This document authorized another person to make healthcare decisions on your behalf if you are unable to communicate your wishes. This form is also referred to as a healthcare proxy or durable power of attorney for healthcare. Now, who's going to make those decisions? God forbid you have a cardiac arrest, or you don't wake up, or whatever, you diabetic and you go into hyperglycemia or hypoglycemia, and you go out, you have a stroke. Who's going to make those decisions if you don't appoint one? Because if you don't appoint someone, the medical doctors are going to make the best decisions that's best for you. So you better have somebody on deck to make those decisions. Living wills. A living will is a legal document that lets you state your wishes for end-of-life medical care. Family members and doctors use it to make decisions about medical treatment when you can't communicate or make decisions for yourself. How many people went to the emergency room, you haven't started dialysis, you didn't know what was going on, and you get to the emergency room, and the next thing you know, you don't remember. You just pass out, and when you wake up 3-4 days later, you're on dialysis. And you're like, whoa, what's going on? Yes. Medical orders. These are forms that focus only on immediate treatments. It's best for health emergencies because it's signed by a doctor. These documents are referred to as do not resuscitate, physician orders for life-sustaining treatment, medical orders for scope of treatment, most, post. You see these type of forms when patients are in nursing homes and they're traveling to dialysis, or they go to dialysis downstairs. They have these forms in their books. If they're in rehab, these most forms do not resuscitate. And you may have one in your records as well. Say, for instance, you go unconscious and you don't want nothing done. Maybe you may have a terminal illness and you don't want nobody to be doing CPR. So if something happens, what it will happen is, if you had a cardiac arrest at dialysis and you had a DNR, all we would do is return your blood and let you pass. We wouldn't do nothing. And call 911, but that's what your wishes were. So let's talk about myths about advanced care planning, because there are some myths, right? And we're going to unravel them right here. So advanced care planning are for the very old or seriously ill. False. While ACP documents are more frequent among the elderly, everyone could benefit from having one. It is not possible to know when a life-threatening event may occur. For example, a car accident. What if you go out here and get into a car accident, someone hits you, and you're unconscious, get into a coma? Who's going to make those decisions if you don't already have that set in place? Therefore, it is important to at least appoint someone as your healthcare agent. And I'm going to get into that right after this. The next myth: I don't need advanced care planning. My family knows what I want. Really? Do your family really know what you want? Have you discussed that with them? If you haven't, then they don't know what you want. Uh, and then it says, false. Your family does not know what you want unless you have discussed specific wishes with them. Even then, they may not remember or agree with your decisions. Yep. Putting your wishes in writing ensures that they will be followed and takes the decision-making pressure off of your loved ones. Let me tell you, I was dialyzing a patient, right? She pretty much was gone. We was keeping her alive through artificial means, but her family wasn't letting her go because she was still getting a disability check and they needed that money. So they kept her alive so they could get that money. How awful is that? The third myth, a lawyer must prepare a ACP or they are very expensive. That's false. ACPs are legal documents, but they do not need to be prepared by a lawyer. However, state laws vary, and it is important to find the forms and signature requirements that apply in your area. The next myth, if I appoint a healthcare agent, I will lose my decision-making power. That's false. Your agent will start making decisions for you when your doctors determines that you are not able to make healthcare decisions for yourself. The next one, an advance directive means do not treat. False. An advance directive can express both what you want and don't want. Even if you do not want treatment to cure you, you should always be kept reasonably pain-free and comfortable. Share this broadcast, y'all. It's more than 700,000 people undergoing kidney dialysis. Like a million. A million people. We got like 5-6 people finding out about advanced care planning. Now, I don't know how many people out of that 700 to a million people know about advanced care planning, but this is very important. Even if you have a loved one or a relative or a friend, this information is very vital for you, because don't get caught one minute somebody's okay and the next minute life's unexpected happened to you and you're in the hospital intubated and you can't even make decisions for that person. It has happened. The last one, ACPs are permanent and cannot be changed. That's false. You can change your ACP documents or cancel orders at any time, either in writing or verbally. They should be reviewed when there is a significant life change or every 10 years. Now, if you're on dialysis, it's been like 10, 15 years, and you don't have no advanced directives or advanced care plan, you may want to think about doing it just in case. We want you to live as long as God has planned for you. But in spite of that, you need to put your wishes down so you don't experience no unnecessary treatment that you may not want. So look, talk to your physician and care team about completion of advanced care plan documents, specific state requirements of above documents, and additional questions or concerns. Now, share this video, guys. Share this video. I'm about to talk about appointing a healthcare agent. Again, appointing a healthcare agent. Right after this PSA.
Do you know you could have kidney disease and not even know it? 9 out of 10 people who have stage 3 chronic kidney disease do not know it. The rate of kidney failure for African Americans is 3 times higher than among Caucasians. And one reason for this is that they are not aware when they have earlier stages of kidney disease, at a time treatment could prevent the damage from progressing to the point when dialysis or kidney transplantation is necessary. In addition, due to high rates of diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease, Blacks and African Americans have an increased risk of developing kidney failure. African Americans need to be aware of these risk factors and visit their doctor or clinic regularly to check their blood sugar, blood pressure, urine protein, and kidney function. Be aware. Get tested. The life you save may be your own. For more information, contact urbankidneyalliance.org.
All right, we back. How y'all guys like Dr. Bob? Dr. Bob, that guy's awesome. Actually, he's a actor, well-known, done many famous, what do I call them? Maybe PSA or infomercials for a lot of well-established companies. So we was able to get him on board with kidney disease education. So thank you, Dr. Bob. Now, let's talk about being prepared, okay? And what I mean by being prepared is appointing a healthcare agent. Now, I saw some comments during the PSA. Don Kirkowski, thank you for watching, Don. God bless you. Thank you for sharing. Jared, thank you for sharing. Shamika Small, thank you for sharing. And everyone else who shared, I may not, that was only 3 to share. But this is very important, guys. Even Dawn, she says it's horrible. So we got to be prepared. So appointing a healthcare agent, let's get right into it. Appointing a healthcare agent is the legal process of assigning another person to make healthcare decisions on your behalf if you are unable to communicate your wishes. Now, what if you live by yourself and you don't have any family? Who's going to do this? You're going to leave it up to the hospital? Bunch of medical students? Who are you going to lead this up to? Now, your agent can talk with doctors, make decisions about tests, procedures, and other treatment. This person is also referred to as a healthcare proxy or durable power of attorney for healthcare. The names and form requirement vary from state to state, but they all do the same thing. Who might be a good choice? What if you live by yourself and you don't have any family, friends, no one? Who are you going to do? Who are you going to count on? Can't call on Ghostbusters. So who may be a good choice? Well, let's start off with spouse or partner. You may not have that, but if you do, spouse or partner, son or daughter, if you have one, mother or father, if they're still living, sister or brother, if you got any siblings, or a friend, neighbor, church friend, group friend, somebody. Someone may not come to mind immediately. Think about the people in your life right now. Other options include a distant relative, neighbor, or someone at your place of worship. These are some things to think about when you're appointing a healthcare agent. 1, will they be able to make decisions for you, even if their own wishes are different from yours? Now, that's the thing you got to watch out for. You're going to have to, in that case, you're going to have to pick someone who probably don't know you personally like that. I mean, and able to make a unbiased decision and fulfill your wishes. Not somebody who's your best friend and you want this and they may not can accept what decisions you make, and then that happens and they're trying to keep you alive because of their own insecurities or whatever they got going on. So that's a very important decision if you decide to appoint a healthcare agent. I recommend you do. Number 2, where their feelings for you get in the way of making decisions on your behalf. This could be an emotional thing, guys. Very emotional. And a lot of people don't realize it until the crap hits the fan. And then it's like, oh my God, what do we do now? Who's going to make this decision for him? Is he okay? Is she okay? Number 3, will they stand up for you? If you appoint somebody, are they going to stand up for you, or are they going to cower back and say, okay, you need somebody that's going to fight for your rights if you're able to do it for yourself, not someone who's going to go along with the status quo. I mean, always get a second opinion. If you're appointed a healthcare agent and someone is unconscious and the doctor comes to you, always try to get a second opinion and try not to make the first opinion available off of emotions. Number 4, will they be comfortable asking questions of busy doctors and other providers? You see, that's what I'm talking about. You need somebody who's going to go and seek information on your behalf. Number 5, will they ask for clarification if the answer or situation isn't understood? Again, you don't want somebody just going to shuffle along with the status quo. You need somebody who's going to be there for you and be aware of what's going on and able to make a sound decision on the treatment and recommendations and suggestions on your life. You need to find somebody who's going to be there for you and not shuck and jive with your treatment. Number 6, will they be able to make decisions in changing situations as it's rapidly, fluidly moving? Will they be able to critically think? Okay, because we know how doctors talk and medical situations change rapidly. 1 minute you're doing good, and the next minute you may not be around the next 48 hours. Number 7, will the doctor be able to reach you when needed? Look, are you going to be there? Are you going to have somebody that's going to be there when they call, not somebody who look at the number, your phone ringing, and they look at it and they don't recognize the number and they don't pick it up. Or someone that over their girlfriend or boyfriend's house getting that Mac on and the phone ringing off the hook and they in between the sheets and they not answering an important call about your care. You need to have somebody, regardless if they're in the bed between the sheets, they hiking up Rush Mount, Saint, what's that? Rush Mountmore, whatever it's called, or whatever. You want somebody that's going to be there regardless of what they're doing to answer that call, because it may be a life and death call. All right. Mount Rushmore. That's what it is. Mount Rushmore. Now, look, guys, choosing someone who isn't a family member or friend, you may want to decide to do that. All right. Sometimes it is difficult for a partner or family member to be your agent. It really is. For example, they may find it too difficult to agree to ending treatment because of their relationship with you, even if you have made your wishes very clear. In this case, it may be wiser to pick someone else. Just like I told you about the lady I dialyzed in the hospital, family member kept her on life support so they can get her checked. So if you do choose someone else, it is important to be sure your partner or family members know who he or she is. You can say this. If you don't know what to say to them, you can say this. You can say, I choose whoever your friend is, right? Because she'll or he be able to speak for me without becoming too emotional, and this will take the pressure off you. Okay? Pressure off you. You're watching special broadcast of Urban Health Outreach Media. I'm your host, Steve Belcher. The topic tonight, advanced care planning and appointing a health care agent. And I'm also going to tackle a little bit about quick access check. So stick around for that extra bonus. Where else? I'm just saying, guys, where else are you going to get a nurse at 8:30, 8 o'clock on a Saturday night? You think I would be out at a bar or at a club, get my groove on somewhere doing something? But no, my mission and my sole purpose in life is to educate kidney warriors who have just been recently diagnosed, who haven't been diagnosed yet, who are diagnosed and that are on dialysis. If you had a transplant, it doesn't matter. That's what my purpose is from now on. And that's why I'm here tonight, talking about advanced care planning and appointing a healthcare agent. Because if I wasn't here doing it, no one else would be. And that's the doggone truth. So let's talk about some myths about appointing a healthcare agent. Hey, Miss Kathy, God bless you. I miss you, love you, miss you. I hope you're doing well down in Louisiana. God bless you, friend. I see you got your mask on. Where's mine at? I don't have it right here. But I do got some masks. I am staying safe. God bless you, Miss Kennedy. I hope everything is going well with you. So let's talk about some myths about appointing a health care agent. Again, a lawyer must prepare an appointment of healthcare agent or they are very expensive. That's false. These are legal documents, but they do not need to be prepared by a lawyer. However, state laws vary, and it is important to find the forms and signature requirements that apply in your area. The next myth: if I appoint an healthcare agent, I will lose my decision-making powers. A lot of people feel that way because they you got some money or something like that, and you could be somebody have a lot of money and no friends. Have you heard that? You could be the richest person in the world and be miserable and have kidney disease. And you could be the poorest person in the world and be happy and have kidney disease. This disease has no boundaries whatsoever. But damn, it would be nice if a person did have like money like that, like millions and millions of dollars, and they could contribute to people like Chris Acosta and other kidney warriors across this country that may need some assistance. Man, that would be awesome because, damn, when you die, you can't take $1 billion with you. You know what I'm saying? Some people leave $1 billion to their pets, like Leona Helmsley. I mean, come on, guys. So let me get off of that. But look, you need to make these decisions and you need to look into it. Again, if you got no money or if you got a lot of money, you need to trust somebody to make decisions if you're unable to make them, because you may find yourself intubated in ICU or put in an induced coma. You never know. You may go in for an operation because, a lot of patients have to get like a heart valve operation, coronary cabbage, coronary artery bypass, something like that. I've dialyzed many patients like that. And sometimes the outcome is not so favorable. And so what if that may happen to you? God forbid that you go in for surgery for something that may come up unfavorable, where you may still be in that coma and not wake up. Who are going to make those decisions for you? If the doctor needs to do a procedure on you and you're not awake to say yay or nay to make a decision on another procedure that put you in that position in the first place, who's going to make that decision for you? The doctor will make the decision. There's no one else to call. So you got to be mindful and be prepared. Even if you got kidney disease, you need to think ahead because, again, and this is just the truth and fact, that kidney disease is the 9th leading cause of death in the United States. Okay? We just don't know what's going to cause our death. I don't know what's going to cause my death. Okay? Do I have something in place? I don't have this, but I do have a will. I do know when I go, you burn me up. I told my daughter specifically, you burn me up. I don't mean to say it like that, but no, I want to be cremated and I want my ashes. You take some for yourself, take some for, for my grandkids, and the rest of the ashes, I want you to spread it in a place where, like the mountains, go up to where I love, up to Pennsylvania mountains, where I love to do white water rafting and hiking, where it's beautiful. The scenery is beautiful. I don't want to be laid in a casket for people to see me. I don't want people to remember me laying in a casket like that, or with my hands down and I'm cold and stiff. I want you to see something like, let me see something right quick. I want, you know, I want one of these pictures like this. I want a picture up like that, a memorial, and this is on a Etzel, a big picture, something like that, or you got a collage of pictures like that remembering me. That's how I want to be remembered. All right. I want to remember as an advocate, speaking out. That's what I want people to see when I pass away. So emotional for me. So my daughter already know what to do if my time should come. So again, wow, damn, that was a little emotional because I know it's coming. Um, you know, just like Martin Luther King Jr. said, we go to the mountaintop. I might not be there with you, but we're going to get there. Okay? So talk with your physician and care team about completion of advanced care planning documents, specific state requirements about what we talked about, and that is appointing a healthcare agent. And if you have any additional questions or concerns, please reach out to your nephrologist, to your PCP, to your social worker, or anyone who advocates for you, and let them know you want to put this in place. Yeah, I know. I know you don't believe in cremation. I think a lot of people in Louisiana probably feel that same way as well. But I definitely respect that, your opinion of that. But yeah, Miss Kennedy, I just can't be remembered in a coffin. And then, I don't want my grandkids to see me like that. I want them to see me whenever my time, I hope I'm able to be surrounded by family and friends and go that way instead of something tragic and not able to say goodbye. So with all that, get out the way and let me change gears and talk about something other than death, because it's just so much with COVID-19 and everything else that's going on in the world. That's the last thing I want to talk about, but it needs to be talked about because it happens. So look, if you're on hemodialysis and you have a AV fistula or AV graft, let's talk about right quick. It's going to take about 5 minutes. Quick access check, something you can do not only at your dialysis center. Oh, let me take this banner down and put a new one up. Let people know what I'm talking about. Okay, so quick access check. If you got a AV fistula or graft, this is something that you want to definitely be mindful and know about. You may be in dialysis, you may have just got your access, may have access surgery, and you're recovering from it. It may have been a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a month, and you're still recovering. No one told you how to do the look, listen, and feel method. Well, if no one told you, I want to tell you tonight. So share this broadcast. Again, there's more than 1 million people doing dialysis. And so I know hundreds of thousands of people having access. So we only have 7 people. Share this broadcast. Let's get some more warriors on here so they know how to do the quick access check. Look, listen, and feel. Okay, let's get right into it. Sometimes, right, and I mean sometimes, for some people, it's more times than other, but it's going to be sometime a permanent access needs maintenance. Okay, your dialysis access is the place in your body where blood is removed and returned during your dialysis treatment. You got blood coming in and out of these needles. I don't have them. I should have brought my teaching aids, but y'all seen the needles, right? You got blood coming in and out of your access in your arm, whether it's the lower, upper, or in your leg. Okay? Like a car, and access can run smoothly with proper maintenance. That's why a lot of people go to the access center. But there's always, again, but there's always a chance that something could go wrong along the way. And that's why we have thousands of warriors that have multiple access function. They have 2, 3, 4 accesses. Yes, not just one, but 2, 3, 4 access. This one's not working. This one is not working. This one is not working. Now, finally, this one is working after 3 tries. And it's not like after each failed access malfunction, you get your money back. The surgeon still gets paid. There's no refund. So you want to make sure when you originally go in to get your vein mapping, you talk with that surgeon, because as Dr. Tej Singh, vascular access surgeon, said on our show several weeks ago, or a couple of weeks ago, you go watch Urban Renal Talk with Tamika and Steve 2 Thursdays ago. And he'll tell you, African Americans tend to have smaller veins than other races. Now, if an African American tend to have smaller veins when you're going in to see the surgeon, he should know that. And when they do the vein mapping to check your veins to see if they're going to put a graft or fistula in, that's when that decision should be made. You should be involved. Hey, doc, how big are my veins? Are they large enough to create a fistula? Or are they small? You don't need to go through. You know what? I heard several warriors say, oh, the surgeon said my veins were small, but he think he can get it to work. And then does the surgery, and then 3 months later, the access is not working. Are you kidding me? This is true. This is why I do what I do. And I'm so passionate about it, because thousands of people get trapped in that scenario. You may be watching right now and got 3, 2, 4 accesses and got caught in that scenario because you didn't know. No one told you. No one sat down and took the time to give you the information like we're doing here on Urban Health Outreach Media. Yes, I get excited and very vocal, because it just burns my freaking guts when I see warriors go through this pain and agony of 2 and 3 accesses, and then the 4th one is working. Well, how come the 4th one is working, but the 2nd and the 3rd one is not working, or the 1st? What happened to that? That's what I'm talking about for advocating for yourself, or at least have someone who know the process that can navigate you through that so you don't fall victim of these butchers cutting and chopping you up every 6 months, trying to create or reconstruct your access, trying to make something out of nothing. Don't be that guinea pig. All right, so I'm just, man, this shit really pisses me off because there could be a lot of education and a lot of warriors can go through unnecessary pain and operation and expenses if they are educated and they know this when they go through the door. That's why I created a book. I'm not going to come out with the title, but I guarantee you, this book is going to help the masses who undergo this stringent process. And it's going to even help you further if you haven't made it to hemodialysis, and that is about to happen. The time of going in unprepared is now over. This is the 21st century, and urban health outreach media is here to guide the way. And as they say in the military, you lead, follow, or get the hell out the way. That's what we said in infantry. You lead, follow, or get the hell out the way. So, what you do, check your access daily. We recommend doing what's called a quick access check every day. It's called the look, listen, and feel. You may say, what? Look, listen, and feel? What the heck? How do I do that with this lifeline in my arm? How do I look, listen, and feel with a graft under my skin or my veins created, my artery and venous created into a arterial venous fistula vein? How do I look, listen, and feel to make sure my access is working properly? Well, I'm going to tell you that right now. If no nurse told you that, I'm going to tell you right now so you'll be prepared to use this method not only at the dialysis clinic, but you can use this method right at home. So when you wake up in the morning, you can do it and check your arm. And if it's not working, you don't have to make the unnecessary trip of going down to the community dialysis clinic in your neighborhood, because there are a lot of them out there. And then for them to stick your arm because they didn't check before they put that 15 gauge or 16 gauge needle in. They didn't do their job. And once they stuck that needle in, they saw the black blood coming back out. Then they say, oh, you clotted. Now they listening to your access when they should have did that before they put the needle in. How many warriors have that happened to? I've seen it a lot because I had technicians that stuck a needle in before they even checked the access. And by the time I get over there, the goddamn needle is hanging out the access with black blood. And they talking about, oh, can you try to get this? Are you kidding me? It's clotted. So the first thing we want to do with the look, listen, and feel method is look. Look at your access, and do you see, you check for any changes in skin color, okay? Any redness, any shiny skin, any worn away skin, any crust, pus, or drainage. You got some warriors that got aneurysms from their fissure going in the same spot. It may look white, shiny, and maybe crusted up. Sometimes it's hard to stop bleeding. You need to stay away from them spots and go to a new spot. Okay? You don't want to get an access infection that lead to a bloodstream infection that can lead to you being intubated or being septic. And yes, if you're septic, you can fall victim of being unconscious, which goes back to, do you have a healthcare agent? Guys, this is how all this ties in together. This also includes looking for signs of an infection or a problem. If you see these changes like skin color, you see redness, shiny skin, worn away skin, pus, crust, or discharge, you make sure you let someone know. You 911, or when you get to the unit, you let them know. That's what you're looking for. Now you're going to listen. That's the second step. I strongly advise, go to a nursing store, CVS, Amazon, Walmart, online, and get a stethoscope if you have a AV fistula or graft. You don't have to get no elaborate one like us nurses have, like the what's that one called? I can't think of it. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it's a famous stethoscope that we get that costs like $100 and something. No, don't get no $100 and something. Littman. That's it. Littman. Don't get no $100 and something, $70 something Littman stethoscope. Get yourself a $5, $10 stethoscope. 15 at the most you want to pay for it. And you can use that to listen. So you can use a stethoscope for this step. But if you have one, if you don't have one, simply place your ear next to your access and listen. So if your access is up here, right? Put your ear on the access. If it's down here, put your ear on the access. Same with the left arm. And basically, what you can do, you can hear the what we call the bruit, right? And you should hear like a low-pitched, continuous whooshing sound, like whoosh, 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 whoosh. You should hear that. Now, the sound that you want to check for and listen for is that teapot kettle sound, like that whistling noise. It's like, because when you hear that whistling, like a teapot kettle noise, the access is starting to narrow. And when it's starting to narrow, what I mean by narrowing is closing off. And when that happens, that's when it can clot off. So that's when the maintenance come in and they send you to the access center to get a fistulogram. They balloon it, stretch it out. You know what I'm talking about if you got an AV fistula. And if you got a graft and you had to get a declot. Now, the last thing you want to do in this process is feel. Look for crust, redness, worn away skin, pus, crust, shiny. That's what you want to look for. You want to listen for whooshing sound, which means you have a great functioning access. But if you hear a high pitch, like a tea kettle, you may need maintenance because it's possible that it's starting to narrow. Now, the last is feel. Gently rest 2 clean fingers. Wash your hands before you do this. Hand sanitizer. Okay? Hand sanitizer. Gently rest 2 clean fingers on your access, being careful not to remove any scabs that may have formed. If all is working well, you should feel a continuous vibration under the skin. They use the example of, imagine you're holding a kitten. When the kitten purrs, you may feel a soft vibration. Your access should have a similar feeling. You can feel it. You'll feel the blood rushing through there. And you know when it's working and it's not working. So those are 3 things you need to do each day, even if you don't go to dialysis on a particular day. On your off days, you should be checking your access each morning you get up. That should be a habit. That should be a habit. That should be a no-brainer, no bargaining habit that you should do each morning if you have a AV fistula or AV graft. So with that being said, let me go through these comments right quick and address them. I hope you're still around. Let me say, hey, Pat, how you doing? Yes, okay, you have an AV fistula, and I'm sure you're doing all the things you need to do to keep it working, Pat. I have no doubt. Thanks, Don. Pat says, if the fistula is that low in the forearm, should you be behind the arm like that? Pat, I've seen patients with fistulas in different places. Renaldo Alexandra, host of Finding Your Will to Survive, he was showing his access was under here. I've seen patients, doctors put access over here. I've seen so many crazy places where access has been, where we had to get under the chair and manipulate all kind of crap just to get under the arm. Had the patient hold the arm up like that, where we had to stick the needle down. I seen patients have accesses in their chest, fistulas going across the chest, or a graft, horseshoe graft right here, and we putting the needles in. I mean, I probably haven't seen it all, but man, it's been crazy. Oh, Miss Kennedy, you have an access. I check my fistula every day, but have not had to use it yet. And let's hope you don't. Let's hope you find that gift of life before having to put a needle in your arm. Absolutely. Let me see. Leslie said, get worried when the thrill is gone. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good saying. Don, my mom used to put it in her ear. They call it oh, okay. See? I told you. Thanks for watching, Pat. I appreciate it. Couldn't help it. Nice. Thanks, Don. I appreciate it. They a little bony though. Don, where were you when they cut my arm? Rhetorical question. Damn. Yeah, I mean, I try to. That's why I try to do these shows, because I see these type of comments. And I know a lot of people don't know, especially, just imagine being diagnosed with kidney failure, right? That's one shock to the system. You're trying to prepare for that, and especially if it comes out of nowhere. So now you're trying to deal with that, right? And trying to learn that. You got the catheter in. You don't even know anything about dialysis. Haven't even did any research because you didn't know you had it. Like I said, 9 out of 10 African Americans have stage 3 and don't even know it. And so just imagine they got stage 3 and they get to stage 5 and don't know it. But just imagine that you get the catheter, you're on dialysis, and then the next thing you know, the doctor's coming about putting something in your arm. Like, you looking at this guy like, huh? Say what? Put something in my arm? So you don't even know about that because no one educated you about, okay, there's supposed to be an access place in. So now you got to go through that process. So now they're going to send you to a surgeon. You don't even know who they're sending you to, the surgeon. You're going to the same surgeon everybody else been through. You don't have enough time to get second opinion or do your research. And then you go in, and next thing you know, your arm is effed up. Excuse my language, but I just seen it happen to so many people that it just boggles my mind, seriously. And these surgeons, man, they don't have no shame. They don't go in and I mean, if you Celine Dion type of money, or these multi-million-dollar VIPs, you got that type of money, yeah, it may be explained if you make them sit down. But I mean, for the average Joe like you and I, and we don't have any education on this, it's going to be fast track. You go in, you get your vein mapping, and he says, okay, I think this arm is good to use. And you want to go by his recommendations because you don't know anything about this. This is all new to you. And so you go with it, and he does what he does. You thinking that you got the surgeon, everything's going to work out. You go for the surgery, and then you get home, and 3 days later, it's not working. I mean, it's not funny, but this happens. And this is why we do these shows, whether we do them 1 or 99 times, because I've done this show multiple times. It's in our archives. But even though I talk about it, each time is different. Each passionate way how I deliver it is different. I don't always say the same thing verbatim. So this is just very important, guys, to be very mindful of your access, be mindful of appointing a healthcare agent, and being mindful of advanced care planning. So with that being said, Don said my arm is still scarred 20 years with no access. Yeah, scary with no information. Then my doctor wanted to put it, oh my God. See, this is what I'm saying. This is, and Leslie said it too. I mean, we got 2 people that verified that, the grown is not off limits. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Again, the Spirit brought this to me to talk about this tonight, all 3. You can't get all 3 topics discussed in an hour. from no dialysis clinic. I don't care what you say. Nobody at that clinic gonna want to sit down and talk to you for an hour about appointing a healthcare agent, advanced care planning, and quick access check, because within that hour they may have to take somebody off. They got to go to break, and another machine may go off, or they got another patient may be cramping or something like that. So they got to break away from the education and go check on the other patients. Some places have persons taking care of 4 people. Shoot, I ain't gonna lie. If I had a patient assignment, I'm taking care of 4 patients. The last thing I want to do is talk about access care with all 4 patients, and I got to take them all, put them on, then I got to take off, and then I got to put on 4 other patients. I mean, it's draining. The companies leave you no time to do this because they know once those machines are running, it's ka-ching. Every time machine, your blood hits the dialyzer, it's ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And so, it's just unfortunate how healthcare works with that. But let's try to do all you can so when that blood do hit the dialyzer and it goes ka-ching, you making sure you getting your money's worth through that treatment. And if that takes making sure you telling that technician, did you check this, and this, like you do, like an airplane pilot have their checks, and like they check on the space flight when they go up in space. You do your checks when you go into the unit before they initiate their treatment. All right, before you blast off into dialysis, into that world, into that treatment world. You wipe my arm with alcohol, betadine. If you get heparin, did you wait 5 minutes after you gave it so I could my system could coagulate? I mean, to heparinize my system. Is my are my orders and everything set? My machine, are you taking out the correct amount? Is my machine set for 3 hours, 3.5, 3:45, 4 hours? Is my dialysate flow rate at 600 or 500 or 800? I'm on the right bath. I'm on the 2K bath, which is 2 potassium. I'm on the 3K bath. I'm on a low calcium bath. I'm on a high calcium bath. What is it? Am I getting the right medications? You give me the right dose of Epogen? Am I getting the right Zemplar, Hectorol? I'm getting the right amount of iron. Am I? So these are the checks that you need to go through. And then even when they start the treatment, did you start the machine? I'm on the right blood flow rate. Did you take me down? I mean, everything needs to be in check. So when you start your treatment, you are least likely to have any complications before takeoff time. You want to make sure when it's time to come off dialysis, everything is smoothing, is grooving, and they return in your blood, and they give you every single blood cell by clamping that line, right? Clamping that line while they return in your blood, so we can get all your blood cells out of that dialyzer and get it right back into you. You get all your blood cells back. So you already know you deal with anemia, so you want to make sure you get your red blood cells back, and no funny business. So with that being said, my mom and I have already talked about it. I've already told her if anything happens, I don't want to be on a life support machine. Just let me go. I lived an awesome life. Absolutely, Leslie. Me too. I feel like I lived an awesome life. I my daughter already know my wishes. So sensitive subject, but a subject that needs to be talked about because when we're all not here forever. Even myself, even though I don't have a transplant or chronic illness, I can go out tonight and something can happen to me, and that could be it. So, not that I want that. I pray to God that he watches over me, but he may be through. My mission or my assignment here on earth or on this planet may be finished. So yeah, my dad won't talk about it. Yeah, for some people it's very sensitive. Great. My mom and I talked about her, and now I am her proxy. But my husband and I talked about me and my decisions. Wow. Yeah, it's sad to talk about, but family needs to know. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. I'll let y'all go. Thanks for watching. I'm not sure what's on tonight. Normally be watching documentaries. I don't watch network broadcast anymore. Just documentaries. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Tune in tomorrow. It's going to be a great show. Got Lisa Baxter going to have Dad Vice TV. Can you imagine Lisa Baxter having Dad Vice TV on? This guy got probably he's up to 100,000 YouTube subscribers, and he's going to be on the Lisa Baxter show tomorrow. Shondo, Lisa, you got it going on. It's going to be fat-tabulous. But no, thank you, Leslie. I appreciate you. Yeah, Don, anything can happen. And then tune in tomorrow night. I'm going to have on Jason Nunez and Rich Thames. 2 guys, 6 kidneys right here tomorrow night as they give a preview to their new show coming up this Thursday. 2 guys, 6 kidneys right here on Urban Health Outreach Media. And that's going to be on World Kidney News tomorrow at 9 p.m. And then, I got something, extended broadcast on Monday night. Now, look, here, this is the last thing I want to say before I say goodnight. If you a visionary, like, I'm serious, because we know this COVID world, things are changing. You may be trying to find a new line of work or do something different from home, earn some extra money, whatever. If you're a visionary, you want to write a book, you want to brand yourself, be an influencer, you want to start a broadcast, you want to do a movie, whatever. Tune in Monday night. 6 p.m. or Monday evening, 6 p.m. as I have on CEO of Brandex Publishing, Pierre Walters. This is going to be phenomenal because this company, Brandex, is also the company that I use for my publishing and to host my website. Go to www.urbankidneyalliance.org. Look at the website. Brandex done that. And they walk you through the whole steps all the way. There's no outrageous cost to this. Yes, things do cost, but they have payment plans that has no finance charges. No finance charges. None. No, read down the red dots. The small print. None of that. You watch. Pierre, this guy, he worked for BET a long time ago. They got numerous awards. This guy's phenomenal. He put together a powerhouse media company, everything under one roof, writing, podcasts, influencer, making movies, you name it, they're doing it. And they got top-notch producers and people. They not doing no crappy work. I'm telling you, they not doing no crappy work. So tune in this Monday. I'm proud to have him on. Again, they even though I'm doing self-publishing, they're I partner with them to publish my book. So this is going to be a great show. If you want to write a book or whatever you want to do, these guys can help you fulfill your vision and can help you on that path. So I hope you tune in this Monday evening, 6 p.m. right here. And again, guys, we try to give it to you all the way around, not just kidney disease, information and education, but other things that can help you with this disease, maintain your finances, maintain a quality, balanced life in spite of having this disease. So again, guys, we're going to be coming to you strong with a lot of shows. Oh man, just be on the lookout. This is going to be like a big network of kidney disease shows, and you're going to have your choice of what shows you want to watch. If you want to watch special broadcast, Urban Health Outreach Media, you watch that. If you want to watch the Lisa Baxter Show, you watch that. If you want to watch Warriors Quest, you watch that. Sisters Against Kidney Disease, you want to watch that. Uncle Jim Kidney Stories, 2 Guys and 6 Kidneys, Mental Health and Me. Oh, that's another thing coming up this was it Wednesday? Yes, October 7th. Myself and Sade Cutler, Mental Health and Me, a debut broadcast this Wednesday. We're going to be talking about mental health every week. There's going to be something. We're going to have guests on. We're going to be chopping it up. We're going to be putting this to the forefront and discussing it without any, what's the word I want to use? Without any apprehension or feeling any kind of way, because that's a topic that we don't discuss, is mental health. And in order to push through that, it has to be talked about. You don't have to go through it alone. And now you're going to have a network that discusses it. So thank you, guys. We may be imitated, but never duplicated. This is Urban Health Outreach Media. This is your boy, Steve Belcher. Hey, oh, my girl. My girl, Sade. Oh, where's she at? Yeah, she commented, awesome social worker, master's prepared. She knows her stuff. She's CEO of My Empowering Impact. She's going to be my co-host every week. Go over to her page, like it. If you got any issues, she'll be able to talk about it. Man, also she got a beautiful smile. So with that being said, good night, guys. Join us this Wednesday again for Mental Health and Me, as myself and Sade Cutler, licensed social worker, licensed clinical social worker, not just a licensed social worker, but clinical at that. We'll be talking about our goals for this show. And we'd like to hear from you as well, what you expect from the show and what you want to hear. But, you're welcome anytime. But this week, our first topic, which is the boogeyman in the room, depression. This week, 7 o'clock on Urban Health Outreach Media. And you can watch it from Mental Health and Me Facebook page as well. So you got 3 places to look at it at. Mental Health and Me Facebook page, Urban Health Outreach Media Facebook page, and Urban Health Outreach Media YouTube channel. Thank you, guys. Good night and have a great evening. God bless you and peace.
Do you know you could have kidney disease and not even know it? 9 out of 10 people who have stage 3 chronic kidney disease do not know it. The rate of kidney failure for African Americans is 3 times higher than among Caucasians. And one reason for this is that they are not aware when they have earlier stages of kidney disease, at a time treatment could prevent the damage from progressing to the point when dialysis or kidney transplantation is necessary. In addition, due to high rates of diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease, Blacks and African Americans have an increased risk of developing kidney failure. African Americans need to be aware of these risk factors and visit their doctor or clinic regularly to check their blood sugar, blood pressure, urine protein, and kidney function. Be aware. Get tested. The life you save may be your own. For more information, contact urbankidneyalliance.org.